We are going to start the multi-stream off today, everybody, with a video from the stream the other day. Someone had asked about, like, the best type of cosmetic gear to get, the best places for cosmetic gear. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight before we get going, before we start adventuring. Because I had mentioned during that stream that, like, save everything, because everything in this game can be used for cosmetics. So you have your main equipment panel here, and then over in the cosmetic side you have three outfits, sorry, no, you have 3 outfits in total. You have your equipment outfit, outfit 1, and outfit 2, so you get 2 for free. All the other ones, if you want more than those 2 additional outfits, you'll have to unlock them with LOTRO points from the LOTRO store. But you get all these different, and this is where you can lose so much bag space, because and bank space, because there's genuinely a ton of really interesting and cool looking stuff in this game. So, like, I made myself the other day the dwarf set of gear. We did that on the stream. However, the boots are not. The boots I found from a quest. So I saved the boots from the quest, left them in my inventory. Once I made this set of gear, I was like, ooh, I think these will go well with the boots. I pulled the boots out. Lo and behold, they did go good with the rest of the outfit. Now, this is not the outfit that I want for this character. It's one of many outfits I could potentially get. This is a set of level 15 leather gear that I made myself. So, we've already covered 2 ways that you can get gear. You can get it from questing, or you can get it from crafting. Both of those are going to give you lots of options. The crafting sets will give you things that look the same and match, but then when you're out adventuring in the wild, for the most part, you're going to be coming across bits and pieces that you can mix and match together. There are exceptions to that. We'll get to that in a minute. And then when you're looking at something, oops, I clicked the wrong thing here to open this up and look at it. Here it is. When you open the dressing room up, you'll notice that you can dye things with different colors. And so what you can do here is you can go in and say, well, I like these 6 things that don't match, but I like the way they look together, and let's go in and dye them a different, hang on, I gotta respond to Listelia. Hang on, what do you got? You can dye all your stuff. She was offering to make me a set of gear. Listelia's, we've played with her multiple times off and on in our LOTRO community. And we did a tour of her hobbit house, her river hobbit house. We did a tour of that house a few months back. I'm getting sidetracked while I'm recording the movie, guys. Sorry. Dyeing your armor and getting everything the way you want it to look is an option. But going back to what I said about how a lot of the quests... No, Cormac, it's totally me. It's because Listelia caught me live, and so she was asking if I needed any gear stuff crafted. The exceptions are when you get a little bit higher level on the legendary server towards Moria. Angmar in particular has a full armor set for each class. That is a gear set that you'll get from running quests in Angmar from, I can't remember the name of the camp, it's the Hillman tribe camp. You get sent there to work on a bunch of book quests, and then, you know, if you look around and do all those quests, you'll start to get all the Angmar gear, and those things have set bonuses on them. Also have a cosmetic look to them, which you may or may not like. But the good thing is that you can override everything in the dressing room. Or not the dressing room, I'm looking at the dressing room. Everything can be done in the outfit area. So you can individually turn components on or off. So you'll see my character right here. You'll see his helmet is being toggled on and off. Shoulder pads on and off. We can scroll a little bit more to see that better. The cape on and off. Not everything can be toggled on and off, but a lot of them can. So if you want to keep your hands bare, if you're going to be using gloves, that's probably a good idea for my character. Actually, let's go ahead and turn those off. If you're a hobbit, you can turn your boots off so that you're running around without your boots. So, quested gear, crafted gear. There's also skirmish gear, and if I'm not mistaken, let's go down here and check out. I don't know if I can check out the vendors yet, because I think you have to be level 20 to start the skirmishes, but I'm not sure if you can look at the skirmish gear beforehand or not. If we can, we're going to show that off really quick, because this is another way to get cosmetic gear. While I'm going, Ted Flake says, I had to jump through hoops to get my account. Been over 10 years. Been over 10 years since I played. Do you think this is worth the 15 bucks? Does the VP server offer that much value over the free-to-play servers? That's a you decision, not a me decision. The value for me is beyond a shadow of a doubt because I do this for a living, and Lord of the Rings Online gives me great enjoyment and gets the channel great traffic because it's a hot topic right now. But I realize that not everyone does this for a living. I genuinely love Lord of the Rings Online. Every time I play this game, I pony up and pay. I am not a freebie when it comes to this game. I have always, always, always paid a monthly subscription when I come to play. I always play in 3-month to 6-month blocks. I VIP every single time. I prepay for the 3-month blocks. It drops it down from like $15 a month to $10 or $12 a month or something like that. So for me, it is always going to be worth it to pay. Plus you get points, which you can then apply to really cool stuff in the LOTRO store, like cosmetics, which we're about to talk about in greater detail after we check out the skirmish camp, because cosmetics are also in the LOTRO store. So here at the skirmish camp here outside of Bree, any skirmish camp in the world, yes, I can look. You can go do skirmishes. If you don't know what skirmishes are, they are optional instances that you could run by yourself or with friends, and in return for running them, you get these marks that you can then use, or tokens that you can then use to spend at all these vendors. There are a lot of vendors at the skirmish camp. We're not going to cover all of them. That's another guide. This is just about the fact that you can find cosmetic gear from the skirmish camp. So you could check out the armor sets, and there are tiered sets. So level 20 set, 23 set, 27 set, etc., etc., etc. Obviously, you can't get all these sets because we're only going to 50 right now. But there's also a jewelry and cloak NPC. There's somebody around here who does specifically cosmetics. Yeah, this one. This character specifically does cosmetics. So there's a lot of stuff in here. You can check out the well-worn tunic, herdsman waistcoat, cold weather tunic. There's all sorts of things. You can earn this 100% in-game. 100% in-game. If that's not enough and you still want more options for cosmetic gear, you can go into the LOTRO store and use your LOTRO points to go to the cosmetics tab, and you can find entire sets of gear, which cost quite a pretty penny, or you can find individual pieces of gear. And there's cosmetic bundles, avatar bundles, dyes and consumables, housing items. So there's exterior, interior, and writs. So there's all these different things in here. There's also goats and mounts and just all sorts of stuff that allow you to customize the look of your character. So it's really not about whether or not you can find the look for your character. It's where are you going to look, because there's so many options in this game. And then if you really want to go down the rabbit hole of cosmetics, you make a scholar so that you can make your own dyes, and then you're in cosmetic heaven, because you're not only finding all the cool things in the world, you're also dyeing all your own stuff. And dyes can be a pretty penny. I paid, this is a few years ago. I have I can't remember, it's a Rivendell green, I think is maybe what it is. But at the time on Laurelin, when I bought it, like the dyes were going for like 40 gold for a single vial of dye, which was a lot at the time. But there are lots and lots and lots of ways to cosmetically make your character look the way that you want it to look. There's also faction gear sets, which I should have probably mentioned earlier. So like when you get, not even faction quests, but also there's faction quests and when you do the storylines. A good example of this is when you do the Dunedain quests out. It's after Mirkwood, but before Isengard. There's a whole series of quests you do in the forests with the Dunedain as they're traveling south to go to the Paths of the Dead, and well, all those other places. Anyway, for the films, and you can go with them, and you're doing quests with them, and they're going to meet their Lord Aragorn, and you're traveling along with the Dunedain, and you earn a full. There's 2 different sets, I think, if I remember correctly, that you can get. You choose which one of the sets that you want as you're working your way through the quest line. There are tons and tons and tons of cosmetic options in this game, but yeah, those are just quests. So that goes back to the quest options. Quest options, skirmish camp, anything you find in the game world, anything you craft in the game world, and the cosmetic store. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of options to make your character look how you want.